Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Stitches and Stencils, where everyone is using stitching and stenciling on their layouts today. It is also 30 Days of Sketches, which is hosted by Christy over at Christy's Beautiful Life. And this is the sketch we are using. It is from Stacy DeLong. And I am going to rip my paper right off the bat, ripping it in half. And I'm going to be doing a bunch of mixed media on this one. I'm using some Stormy Sky Distress Oxide ink and applying a light layer over the whole thing. I'm not too concerned if it's a little bit splotchy or anything like that, or if it's got good saturation. I just didn't want my paper to be white. It's going to be kind of like a sky. Well, it is going to be a sky. Not like a sky, it is actually a sky. But I'm going to be adding more mixed media over the top here with some trees and whatnot. So I'm just trying to figure out how these line up best to put them back together. I did pull out some, I believe this is speckled egg, kind of a greeny blue, but still light. And that's going to represent the water. At least I thought it was. The bottom half is going to change midway through, as you will see if you follow along here. And so just putting, again, another layer over it, thinking I don't need great coverage or anything because I'm going to be doing some other mixed media over top of that. So you can see the two different colors there. One leans more purple, one leans more green. I have these two stencils. They are straight off of Amazon. I don't even know the brand. They came in a 2-pack and I've had them for many years. So I have pulled out some Rustic Wilderness and Pine Needle Distress Oxide inks, and I am going to do a layer over the top here with these trees. And I'm actually going to use both stencils, and I'm going to kind of move the stencils around to create a look as though there are more trees than there really are. So not, again, looking for that full coverage. I'm just going in with it to give it a tree background. The photos are actually going to cover up quite a bit of this, but I didn't mark it out or anything like that because I'm not doing the full background or anything like that. So normally I would go in and mark out my photos and then not worry about putting ink under the photos. But with these bigger blending brushes, I don't find that it really makes a whole lot of difference. So now I'm using kind of like the reverse of the trees, and I'm going in with a little bit more blue ink. And that's just going to make it look like there's like white shadows of trees in the background. And it's not super noticeable. It's very, very subtle. So it doesn't look like there's white trees or anything when all is said and done. It just kind of gives the feeling that there's more trees. And then I'm going to go in again with the original stencil, which I started to go in with it on the wrong side and upside down. So I quickly fixed that and went in again, doing another layer behind the first layer. And I'm okay that there are gaps in between. It's just, yeah, I like it. I think it looks good. It's not supposed to look perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I did get a little bit of green up at the top here, where one of my birds was not 100% covered. So, or the tape that I put over the stencil moved and the bird, it ended up with green ink. So I'm basically putting the birds back in, with some black ink. And I actually like the way that looks, so I'm totally good with that. Now I am marking out where my photos are going because I'm going to kind of do a watery background in the bottom here. But I don't really, well, I have some watery stencils, but not big watery stencils. So I decided to try Sandy's wood grain stencil. This is from Sandy over at Scrapping Reflections. And I'm trying to get a watery effect over it. And then there's also some water on these stencils that I used from Amazon. So I tried adding those in, and it just started looking kind of like a hot mess at some point. I am going to take it to my spray box or my splat box and add some Distress Spritz over the top to kind of make it shiny. But I don't really end up loving it. So I left this part in so you can see that not all things go as planned for everyone or for anyone for that matter. So yeah, I just I'm just going with it and seeing what I can create. It was kind of like a harebrained scheme to kind of use this stencil to begin with in this manner, but I do think it has a watery effect to it. I just didn't like the way that it looked when I added the top half of the paper. So I'm going to rethink it. I'm just going to flip the paper right over and do the back side, and I think it'll work out fine. So what I do here is I take that paper, I end up spraying some water in some specific areas, and then I take it's a green Distress Spritz, and I don't know if it's Rustic Wilderness. I'll have to look up which one it is, but I wanted it to kind of like run down the page and kind of carry the trees down. It ends up looking kind of like the reflection of the trees, which I quite like. And then I decided to kind of spritz right over the trees that I had made, so they have a little bit of shine to them as well. It's not going to be as much as what is down below. It's very subtle, and I really like the way it kind of ties the two pieces of paper together. Now again, a lot of this is covered up when all is said and done, and that's okay. But you can see it's going to kind of look like a reflection of the trees. I just need to put the water back in and figure out how to do that. So, you know, trial and error. I decided to take the spritz, and that was already on the stencil from Sandy, and not waste it. And I sprayed it with a little bit more water, and then as you can see here, I'm just pressing it down and letting it soak into the paper. And I actually like that a lot better, but I end up going back in over it with more of that stormy sky color and not using the speckled egg. I think the speckled egg was making it have like a, I don't know, it was just giving it the wrong color, and it was fighting with the top half. And I think this looks a lot better, to be honest with you. I did trim it down so that it'll fit on a white background because obviously the two pieces of paper are going to need to be put back together somehow, so there has to be something. I was just trying to figure out which paper to put over the top where they join, and I will kind of move those around a little bit later, but for the time being I decided to do it this way where the trees are more covered up, but I end up moving stuff around a little bit. So there are my two photos. It is the kids that I take care of with their mom being pulled behind the boat. And I have documented these photos before quite a while back, but the kids each have their own set of albums. So I wanted to do a layout for each of them doing this because I don't have a lot of photos of them doing these kinds of things because I'm not usually, well, I'm never with them when they go to the lake. I don't, it's not my, well, I would go if they wanted me to, probably, but it's not something they do when I'm there. They usually do it on the weekends, and so I didn't worry about it too much, doing the layout over because I felt like it needed to be done, and I'll probably do it a third time for the third kid. We recently went through all of their albums and got everything put in order, and kind of to check where the holes were and what was missing and what each one of them wanted added that the other one might have had. But this was definitely one of them. So off camera, I did stitching. It's going to be hard to see. It is at the bottom there. I used a stitching template from MK's shop. I just wanted to kind of give it a wavy look. So I stitched kind of waves along the bottom, and you're going to see me pull it out and use it a little bit later to finish off one area that is not currently finished. So I did pull out several dies here to create some leaves behind my little clusters. I am also using a bunch of stuff from MK's shop. The 3 lighter color pieces of wood were in the, I want to say the July release. Oh, sorry, the April release, not July. It's not even July. Oh my goodness. In the April release. And then the one that is the darker color wood that says Live, Love, Lake or something. Live, Life, Lake. Live, Love, Lake. Is from her shop, but I believe maybe last summer. I will, if it's still available, I'll put links down below for all of them. They are awesome wood veneer pieces. They do have a masking over the front that you do need to remove so that you can reveal the actual wood grain, because some of them are not all the light color. As you can tell, there's a darker one that I've got on the screen there, or in the upper left hand corner there, and you can use that masking to benefit you if you're going to paint them or ink them at all. I decided not to at this point because in these photos I just wanted to bring in more of the natural colors. It's also in the background in the photos, and I love that natural color. It just is so pretty, and I've already got a lot going on here, so I think they just add to it. My title is Untamed, and then of course I've got the little Live Love Lake deal going on, and then I added some tickets to my little clusters here to bring in some more green in a different shade of green. I did use some 49 and Market packaging with those Tim Holtz leaf dies to give more texture. They are hard to see, but in person they are not hard to see, and they just add more texture for your eye to take in. And then those little tabs, or little wordy bits are actually from a collection from Pretty Little Studio. So I had those left over in my label stash, and so I decided to use those. And here is where I use the stitching template as well as the stitching starter set. Actually, that's not the starter set. That is an exclusive set that was from our Wyoming retreat last November, which reminds me we do still have one spot available for our July Wyoming retreat. Coming up July 9th through 14th. If you're interested in that, I'll put a link down below. We would love to have you join us. If you are someone who has not ever retreated with us, we are going to have a great time. We're doing a couple of little fun activities off site. We've got a couple of micro classes going on throughout the time, and it is from Thursday to Tuesday, so it's a good chunk of time to spend getting your creative groove on. Anyway, that's it. Go and check out the link down below for 30 days of sketches, as well as stitches and stencils, so you can see everybody playing along with both series. And don't forget, the links for the products that I've mentioned are going to be down below for you in case you're interested in those. And hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.